Guys, some sad news coming out of Hollywood today. The beloved actress Shannen Doherty has passed away from breast cancer. She is known for many iconic roles. I think anyone who is a Gen Xer, a millennial, or even boomers would recognize her from Beverly Hills 90210 and Charmed, and she was a beloved actress. She was well recognized in the Hollywood show business. And she passed away on July 13th, 2024 after a prolonged battle with breast cancer. Now, this information was confirmed by Doherty's publicist. Her publicist says she was surrounded by family members and friends and her beloved dog Bowie at the time of her death. Doherty's battle with cancer did begin back in 2015 when she was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. And after a period of remission, her cancer still returned in 2020. Throughout her journey, she was open about her struggles, sharing her experience and fears with the public. And speaking on cancer, anyone struggling with cancer right now, my heart goes out to you and your loved ones because cancer is the worst. Shannen Doherty's career started as a child actress on Little House on the Prairie, and she gained fame with roles in Girls Just Want to Have Fun, Our House, and the cult classic Heathers. But my favorite will always be Brenda Walsh in Beverly Hills 90210 and Prue in Charmed. Shannon Maria Doherty was born on April 12, 1971 in Memphis, Tennessee. Shannon's parents are Rosa Elizabeth Doherty and John Thomas Doherty Jr. Her mother, Rosa, owned a beauty parlor, while her father, John, was a mortgage consultant. They raised Shannon in Memphis, Tennessee before the family moved to LA when she was only 7 years old. Shannen Doherty's entry into the entertainment industry began at such a young age that it facilitated, her to have a lot of roles that were reoccurring roles, like on The Little House of the Prairie, where she played Jenny Wilder, and a TV series called Father Murphy in 1981. I think that the early start in the industry did help her gain visibility and open a lot of doors for future roles for her. However, anyone will tell you that one of the biggest problems in Hollywood is competing for roles and jobs, and sometimes that leads to tensions between young actresses. As you can see here, this is Sarah Jessica Parker, Helen Hunt. A lot of these people are in the industry and they have to compete for a lot of the same roles. And I think a big part of Shannen Doherty's character and her personification that comes on the screen is her being portrayed as a bad girl.
So you're Brandon's sister, huh?
Yeah, I'm Brandon's sister.
And if you're somebody that grew up in the 90s and you watched a lot of TV sitcoms and series, you always knew there was the bad girl or the bad boy in every series, the guy that went against the grain and wanted to do things his way. I feel like that was the major draw of television shows in the 90s, was seeing the bad girl get away with so much and you wanted her to get caught all the time. Her character, Brenda Walsh, was that bad girl. She was the girl that all of us were like, oh my God, she gets away with so much. And Jenny Garth, I always say her name incorrectly. Jenny Garth was portrayed as the good girl, the blonde hair, blue-eyed good girl. And it was always strange to me that she was portrayed as this villain, and her character did come off like a villain. I don't know if it's the dark hair and, sterling blue eyes staring at you and just her vixen-like persona. But she played that role to hell on 90210. I mean, I was captivated by Shannen Doherty. And not just because of the role that she took on as Brenda Walsh, but just her stunning beauty. I thought she was actually, in my opinion, one of the prettiest ones on the show. I know that they loved the blonde hair, blue-eyed character. And, I couldn't go for that. I felt like this girl I could identify with. I could identify with her cunning, right? And everybody wanted to see themselves portrayed on TV shows, like, oh, that's more my character. That's who I align with. I felt she played a strong person. I think that carried her through the industry. Every role that she got after that, she was a badass. So, of course, when Shannen Doherty and Alyssa Milano's feud began during their time on the hit TV show Charmed, where they starred as sisters Prue and Phoebe Halliwell, the tension between the two actresses reportedly stemmed from their personality clashes and on-set disagreements, made me kind of wonder, I wonder how much of this was happening behind the scenes on all these 90s shows. Alyssa Milano addresses that long-standing claim, saying that she was responsible for Shannen Doherty's departure from Charmed in 2001, and she does express sadness over the situation's impact on the show's legacy and fans. I will link the People article that I read online talking about the entire argument that acknowledged that Alyssa Milano did know there was a lot of persistent rumors, and she did express her regret over the part she may have played in the conflict with Doherty. But she did not, in that article, deny the claims, which kind of made me think maybe she was kind of a mean girl bully. Now, if you know anything about me and my channel, you know that I do believe a lot in energy and spirituality and healing yourself internally. In fact, there's a woman that I follow that I've watched all her videos. Her name is Dolores Cannon. She talks about cancer and health issues and how cancer it stems from pent up hatred and anger and frustration. Now, while I obviously am not going to say that that's the reason for cancer, I do agree that there's some level of, stress, things that causes harm to a person's body. And I believe that it almost shows when you see people living a fulfilled and happy and blessed life, right? They usually end up looking better. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but they look healthier, they're happier. And people always ask them, what do you do for health? What's your secret to the fountain of youth? And how come you never get sick? And it's these people, you see them all around the country, they're never sick, it seems like. And I go, I think that person is living the life that they are living with intention and purpose, and they've let go of all the hate and all of the things that have damage them, because this earth is challenging. Make no mistakes about it. Everything is here to put you through the ringer, so to speak, and have you feel at the end of the day like this is pointless and meaningless. But I think people who feel like they have a purpose and they're able to let go of things and they understand that this is just a game, life is just it's a struggle, but at the same time, if you just embrace some of the struggle and realize that it was there to teach you something, to give you a purpose, to leave some lasting legacy, then you're able to let go of it and just be happier and feel better about things. I feel personally, Shannen Doherty never let go of what happened to her in the industry. And I don't want to go as far as saying that anything else drastic happened to her, but anyone who starts in Hollywood at an age of 8 or 9 or 10, I can assure you, as someone who lived in Hollywood, they've been through the ringer, all right? And they've experienced things that you can't talk about on a regular channel on YouTube. But the fact that she kept this toxicity going for so long.
And yeah, I mean, it happens after a while, especially after 8 years. We kind of grew up together.
Hollywood does absolutely 100% have a history of typecasting actors, including Shannen Doherty. It usually happens when an actor is repeatedly cast in a similar role based on their previous performances, based on their physical appearance or public persona. I think Shannen Doherty definitely experienced it, particularly after her notable roles in Beverly Hills 90210 and Charmed. She had a reputation, like I said, for playing these strong, rebellious characters. And I think it solidified her image. And remember, in media, in Hollywood, being a celebrity, your public image is so important, your public persona and how the media covers you. It can truly impact your career and it's going to limit you. And I know so many actors that have said to me, you know, I don't want to be typecasted. And I said, you have to open yourself up to different roles, and you have to show that you're a complex person, that you can be more than one thing. And I'm afraid to say it because, you know, this woman just passed away, but, you know, Shannen Doherty is an intimidating person. She comes, her energy comes off the screen as someone strong, very similar to the beautiful actress Rose McGowan. Rose McGowan, even though she may have started off soft, Hollywood is going to harden you over time. And I feel like a lot of these girls understand the power of, being that person that gets along with everyone, the diplomatic person that says yes to everything, but also is fun and flirty. And I feel Alyssa Milano has always had that. She's always been the girl, that is fun and flirty and soft and feminine, but able to be kind of badass. And she was, to me, the center stage of the 90s girl, it girl, that everybody wanted to be her, or men wanted her. And not that the other women weren't beautiful. I know so many people that have crushes on all these women, Holly Marie Combs and Rose McGowan, all of them. But there's something about Alyssa Milano that just stood out. And I feel that jealousy is a real thing in Hollywood. Working with these different types of styles and personalities are going to lead to clashes on set. And Doherty was known, like I said, for her strong-willed and outspoken nature, while Milano was described as a more laid-back person. Anyways, this video is already too long, but we all know that the reports suggested that the tension between those two actresses created a difficult working environment, and this ultimately contributed to Shannen Doherty's departure from the show after the third season. So for all you charmed lovers out there, we lost a good one. I certainly shed a tear hearing of her passing. She fought hard, and no one deserves this kind of, struggle. And, I pray for anyone right now dealing with cancer, dealing with this kind of battle. She was a personality. I wish more people would have just listened to some of the things she was saying on her Instagram towards this untimely demise, in my opinion. I mean, she's 53 is far too young. But she left us so much cherished memories that I will never forget as a Gen Xer. I will always remember her because she shined like a star. She was a true star. Anyways, you guys tell me your thoughts.